we've established he's a photographer. He has a big client, right? So talk to us about
my main client for the last few years. I do. Anytime Gucci Mane decides to hit the road for anything, I'll go with him. I'm his personal photographer, and I've been doing it with him for like 5 years, to the point where I'm his personal photographer, but I'm like his personal assistant on the road, and like if he's like making music in the studio, I fly to wherever he's at.
Is it still fun for you? Like, I know from like your first day or first week, had to be like fucking ecstatic, like probably lose your mind.
Let's get to how it got there. So we're going from I don't know, you say you were doing gigs obviously in Chicago, yada yada. How did you end up landing being this man's photographer?
Yeah, just got to know people. It's all about just meeting people and expanding and getting yourself known in an industry.
Back to this social rehab, baby. It's your boy Jerickson.
It's your boy AC Jr. Social Rehab TPA, where we're setting the stage all the way from hoes to the CEOs. Let's get it.
Hey, and there's a little bit of a change here. You see the setup. We got a guest here, MultiMarz.
Let's go.
From Chicago, man. What's going on?
What's good, guys? What's up?
Living the dream. So, real quick, how's the week? We're going to talk about both of our weeks. It's been a real significant one.
I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to say right now it's kind of like a slower time for our industry, but that means you just need to grind harder.
Man, don't make excuses.
Listen, let me finish what I'm saying. You got to grind a little harder to make the same amount of bread. There's money out there to be made. And, for my teams not doing so well, I take full responsibility for that. So we're going to regroup, reconnect, and get back after it this week.
Anyway.
For sure.
So shout out to my team for stomping Alex's team out probably about 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
Well, you
stopped. Kind of the norm now. Let us talk. It's kind of the norm now, so shout out to y'all. But
you're stomping our team out by $20K. That's 2 deals. 2 deals can change it. It's not like you're making
it's cool
6 figures different. All right. Well, like I said,
all I gotta say.
We're in rotation.
Anyway,
it's still the first quarter. Let's see what happens at the end of the quarter.
Cool. Life's good. Florida weather's been amazing. I can't really complain. We had a real big celebration. One of our homies, Matt's cousin, shout out Brandon Pertal, his father, whatever, had a 60th birthday. So it was fire. Weekend was great. Weather was great. But so now let's dive in, man.
MultiMarz, let's go.
Let's go. Talk to us, man. So,
what is it that you do? First of all, so let the people know what you do. What
where
are
you're
your
from? All that good stuff.
All right. So first off, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, but I got family down here, so I make it to Tampa pretty often, like 3 times a year at least, honestly. So
shout out Chirac.
Yeah, it's always a good time being down here. It's always vacation, mixing with work every time. But from Chicago. I'm a photographer. I'm a professional freelance photographer. And it kind of centered around musicians and the music industry. But
that's fire. How long have you been doing that?
How long have I been doing that? Pretty much when I straight up got out of college in 2015, I was doing social media related stuff, and that just coincided with picking up a camera just to create better content for social media gigs. And then probably just took a year into that, and then it took a right turn into music because of a Beats by Dre gig that I had.
Oh, damn.
And I just kept the snowball rolling.
For sure.
For good music.
Now I know that's a grind, just because it's hard as hell to just be noticed, right? So, talk to us, kind of just how did you make that transition into being somebody that's like, what, my work is worth looking at over everyone else's.
Yeah, definitely. I think to be noticed, you definitely gotta grind and establish yourself, and then you establish your skill level and all that. But there's also a timing aspect to these social media apps and stuff like that, and I was just the right timing when Instagram was super growing and companies were like, we need influencers and micro-influencers, and they're just giving out checks left and right.
Yeah, they do say timing is everything, and a lot of successful
and
people.
The time of Instagram is right now, it's over.
Yeah.
You think?
I think so. Yeah, I think Instagram. As far as like trying to make it on because of your Instagram, when Facebook like made everything pay to play, like now companies no longer are paying. Like I used to get like Puma checks for just they would send me Pumas and I post them and boom check. But now they have to put money behind their posts and stuff instead of just sending money to these influencers.
Right. So you're getting money from not only like your photography, but of obviously if you're social media type stuff when you're side deals and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that was really what got me to like quit my job and like pursue this full time was the social media.
So what were you doing before?
It was an investment firm that dealt with real estate, but I was just doing social media stuff. Like I came in and managed their social media and did like web design. All
right, we got to backtrack. High school, where'd you go to school?
So I'm from a little town, an hour and a half north of Chicago, called Richmond, Illinois.
Richmond, Illinois.
And I went to college in Chicago.
Perfect.
So and then, but I was familiar with Chicago. I'm like from this small town, but there's still a train station in our town that took us to Chicago. So I grew up going to Bulls games, Cubs games, stuff like
Windy
that.
City, man. It's cold as hell out there right now.
When I got old enough, I just wanted to be in the city and went to school down there.
Lit.
So when you were like a kid, was photography like your dream, or is it just something that you kind of like grew into? Like, people grow up, they say they want to be an NFL player, NBA, a gamer. Now that we talked about it, but like
it didn't come. It was definitely never something I thought that I was going to do, but it didn't come out of nowhere. Like I was always like creative, and then a camera didn't even come out of nowhere. Like when I was a high school athlete, my dad, came to every one of his kids' games for everything, and he had a camera with the big long lens. And he took football pictures from it.
Like the VCR type joint?
No,
MPG. He's like,
so the camera wasn't like a foreign object to me either. So when the time came to a camera got me into backstage at concerts. I was like, yo, this is it.
That's my leverage. Yeah. Fuck yeah. No, that's dope. That's dope as hell.
Free sneakers too. Like that's really where
free sneakers.
That's really where it started. Like the influencer stuff.
Because you are a sneakerhead too.
Yeah.
Like you got all the.
My dog got fragments on. I've been trying to get fragments for years.
So that's how it started. So like. That's another thing I want to talk about that we don't have. I feel like once people get noticed and they make more money, they spend less money on just sneakers, on clothing and stuff because people are sending their stuff, right?
Yeah, at the time of when I'm just speaking from my experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I say the time, maybe that's just my time. Like,
that was your time.
I don't really get seated that much. Gigs come around, but it used to be like there used to be shoes coming all the time and shit like that. Like there was a time. I feel like COVID
kind of slow shit.
Yeah, I don't know if companies all got rid of their like departments that dealt with that kind of shit, but I feel like it all stopped then. But yeah, they used to get like Jordans and Nikes.
So you spend less money on shoes now than what you did before you got the gig, basically.
I just have so many shoes now.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot. You're probably still spending the same amount.
I'm only picking shoes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm still I know every shoe that's coming out still.
Hell yeah.
For no reason.
So, and obviously everyone's just trying to bless you just because of who you are. So let's talk more about that. Obviously we've established he's a photographer. He has a big client, right? So talk to us about
my main client for the last few years. I do. Anytime Gucci Mane decides to hit the road for anything, I'll go with him. I'm his personal photographer, and I've been doing it with him for like 5 years to the point where like I'm his personal photographer, but I'm like his personal assistant on the road, and like if he's like making music in the studio, I fly to wherever he's at.
Is it still fun for you? Like I know from like your first day or first week, it had to be like fucking ecstatic, like probably lose your mind.
Let's get to how it got there. So we're going from I don't know, you say you were doing gigs obviously in Chicago, yada yada. How did you end up landing being this man's photographer?
Yeah, just got to know people. It's all about just meeting people and expanding and getting yourself known in an industry. And
did you expect it, or is this something that kind of just?
It was something that I totally strived for. Like I was like, I'm gonna go on tour with these musicians and like, capture this stuff like that. And I didn't know who that was gonna be or
Right.
anything, but I held my skill level up to. I was like, I could do it for anyone.
Right,
Like my
right,
skill level, I held my work up to anyone's work, and it was like,
Right.
why can't I be doing it?
Why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me? That's the
And
best
that's
attitude in
definitely-
any industry. Like,
Right.
why not me?
Yeah, straight up. So, and then he tweeted, "Who wants to be my photographer?" And he's got, 10 million followers. So he ain't reading those responses. But I knew someone. I met the guy who was the author for his biography, his autobiography. Co-wrote it with him. And
I read that too. I read his fucking book.
I personally knew the guy, and when the tweet of who wants to be the photographer, I hit dude, and he was like, "Oh yeah, of course I'll forward your work to the manager." And boom.
So what was that?
So you backdoored it.
So what was the time process of you, like, your life, like, I don't know if it changed. I want to say it did change. You went from being like a freelance guy to like having like a guaranteed check.
Yeah,
what was the time frame, and when you emailed him, he emailed you
Right.
back? Was it like literally like
Months.
an hour, a month?
It was a couple weeks.
So your life changed in a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
A couple weeks, it was a
Hey,
wrap.
so for anybody out there,
It's true. It can be done.
for anybody
Like,
out
it was
there
a-
that's
the-
holding the
the-
camera,
I had no faith in like the outcome.
Yeah.
I was like,
You just like,
I was
fuck
like, yeah,
it.
sure, man.
Fuck it.
I was
Let
like,
me
sick. He's gonna send it to the manager, or whatever
Right.
that means.
Boom.
And 3 weeks later, he has a manager that can you fly to New York in 2 days. I was like, oh.
So was there like a tryout process? Was there a tryout or he
There
was
was
like
no trial process.
It was
The
like
tryout is him showing the portfolio.
is your portfolio. So once you got the email, you were like,
Yeah.
I'm in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's a wrap.
as far as
That's fucking crazy. So your life changed in a couple of weeks. Regardless if you were getting money before, I would imagine like just
Yeah.
having a consistent.
For sure, but this was like big validation. On
Yeah,
everything I was
absolutely.
Like validated. Like I was, I was at all the shows that people, I was
Would
taking
be-
the photos that people wanted to be taken in
Right,
Chicago.
right.
As far as photographers went, and then it was like, oh shit, now.
now you're on a stage
Not
that
like that.
everybody's
Yeah.
looking at,
Yeah.
right? Whether you're there or whether you're on TV, that's gas. Shout out to Matt, man. I've been to 2 Gucci concerts and they've been fire.
I've been to 0 and I asked to go to the last 2. Just saying.
Hey, look,
I
man,
got BP
limited-
back there right now. I'm like, bro, I've been trying to get on BP's boat for the last fucking 3 years. I did get invited to a party last week though. So
Hey, limited list, man. Limited list.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's probably exciting as hell. Just
Yeah.
because holy shit.
Yeah.
You're seeing somebody that's an icon in the music industry, and you're shooting the pictures that everybody emulates him by.
and he's not like just a local guy. He's a big time guy. Like Gucci is like
He's the Godfather of Atlanta.
yeah,
low-key.
he is like the
Low-key.
real deal. It's not like yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel like I leapfrogged the industry in terms of that. Like that's there's people out there I feel like feel a certain type of way about that, but I mean that's not went down.
It's
but
right. It's
the
not.
first-
It's not what you know. Too.
The first
You know?
client I link up with for real is Gucci. Like
That's
I've
crazy.
never been on a bus tour in my life.
That's crazy.
We
Now,
skip that
so are you exclusively only working with him, or like how does that work?
I'm totally freelance. Anyone who wants to pay me to do anything, I'm willing to take a gig. But I have such a comfortable gig that I can pick and choose what I want to do.
Right.
But he takes Gucci takes number 1.
Oh yeah.
So like if you're freelance and you're on a job, he texts you, hey, we're going here.
Yeah, Gucci schedule trumps all, but I'm locked into this schedule. Like I have.
So he does have an actual schedule because we were
shit
talking about
pops
that
up
before.
Shit pops up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm about to say something. I was like, yo, yeah, he
You
has
know
a
what?
schedule, but if you're Gucci man and you can just go to Dubai or somewhere whenever you want,
You know,
my
the thing
schedule
is-
might change.
Another thing about working for an entertainer though is like everything's on the weekends. Like,
shit.
True.
If I'm ever working for Gucci on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and Mondays are usually like flying back home from the weekend, but like. It would be maybe he's got a TV gig. It's happened
Yeah.
before, but like concerts
Not
don't happen
common.
those days. So like real work does happen those
Yeah.
days.
What about,
a real
like,
fucking sportswear client wants to do something? I'm like, sweet. Monday, Tuesday,
Right.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
most Thursdays.
What about
We're
holidays?
green-lighted.
What about holidays?
Yeah, on holidays I'm with him most of the time.
With him, because he's like, I definitely need to get this captured, whether it's video,
right,
photos.
Whether he's having his own private like party with his fam, or if he's, holidays wise, I'm never gonna be home for New Year's. Like Gucci's gonna have a gig somewhere.
Right.
We're going somewhere for he's hosting.
Yeah, honestly, I've been tuned in.
tough.
I've been tuned in on the gram, and honestly, I've never seen somebody jump states so much. I'm talking Miami, Las Vegas, California, New York, literally anywhere.
I fly like almost every week.
The traveling's got to be good. Like everybody, I feel like everybody who's here, one of their goals is to travel everywhere, right? I mean, but it's not like.
What if you don't like planes? Did you like planes initially?
I got no problem with it.
Oh, word.
If you don't like planes, you take a Xanax, you be straight.
He ain't scared to go down. He's scared to go down.
Not so regular.
Yeah.
I'm like surgical with getting to the airport now.
So you've probably been around the world
TSA
already.
pre-check or no TSA pre-check?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Clear everything. Whatever skips the line.
Yeah, definitely.
Then I'm sick before we take off. I don't wake up because we bumped into
Yeah.
So there's probably not a lot of places that you haven't been, especially in the States. So
especially in the States.
overseas, I'm assuming they're bringing you overseas.
Yeah, we've been a couple times, but Gucci is now can go overseas, but prior to me, I was with him the first time he ever did anything international.
Yeah, you're right.
We went to Canada not terribly long ago because he finally can.
Yeah, because the background issues and all that stuff. So yeah, you're right. Shit.
Enough time has passed between.
Hey, just tell him. Tell Roderick. What's his last name?
Davis.
Tell Roderick Davis if you want to go to a workout session, I'm with him and I'm outworking him. Point blank period. And
That's so hilarious.
Good luck.
Gucci man, Roderick Davis, whatever you want to be called, I'm calling you out. Let's go.
Good luck. I think
I'm not.
And we can box.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys over here.
Gucci and this goes the same gym as Frank Orr. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So he
beginning
working.
Like sometimes there was like some stuff on like social media. There's always these like fake news type stuff, like the Gucci man that came out of lockup was not Gucci man because his size changed and all that stuff. Did you have to deal with any of that? Or, like, is that even real? Do people like him how does people like superstars like him react to fake news about him? Do you have to? Are you there to hear like the intimate conversations that he has with his PR people, or is it just?
That's kind of.
It don't even matter.
It doesn't matter to him. Like he's just like.
He's made it.
Yeah, like I don't care what people
life
think.
Life is clean. Life is good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all just
whatever
it's
he
all
said,
just
it's not
words
gonna
on
be
the
faced.
phone. It's when you're at that level.
Right.
Definitely.
I was dying laughing because when I was at the concert the other week, he walked up. He's like, "Yo, I got his phone right now. You want to follow on Instagram?" I was like, "I'll pay $1,000 for a follow right now." I'll pay $1,000 for Gucci Mane's follow right now. But obviously, you look at the list, he ain't on there.
Oh no.
So who is so you work for Gucci Mane? You say he take precedence over anybody. Like, who's like the biggest? Because I've looked at your Instagram multiple times. I'm like, yo, this guy is legit around like NFL players, NBA players. I haven't seen you around like baseball players, and because it's just like the music industry and MLB doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like I don't, because I played baseball and I know that like it's
For the
like,
softies?
Yeah, I don't know if it's for the softies, but I'm just saying it's just like it's not in the music industry type stuff. So like, who has been somebody who's been like your Gucci Mane's big, absolutely no doubt. But there are other superstars out there. So who's been your most like not starstruck to where you're like, but
Who's
like you met like a fucking superstar?
Yeah, it's part of the job is like to play it cool.
Yeah, definitely. Because you can't be like, oh my god.
That's how you do the job, right?
Yeah.
But before being around Gucci, even I got a homie from Chicago who's a rapper. His name's Rocky Fresh, and he was signed to Rick Ross.
Oh shit!
And I would go everywhere with him, and we'd link up with Rick Ross all the time. And this was very early, and me picking up a camera to do this kind of shit, and just being around Rick Ross. It's like he has people through. And one time Jay-Z came through the studio and he played like music before it was out. There was a 444 album.
Oh damn!
That's what it was. And it was like there was a bunch of just shit going on. Hov walks through the lobby and everyone's like, "Whoa, what the?"
What the-
Dude, like,
And
yeah,
Rick
what's the
Ross is
atmosphere
like,
with
"Come
that?"
take Pictures and I'm like, "What?"
That's
Yeah, I captured
crazy,
this moment. I was
dude.
like, "Oh shit!" I thought I'd have to like sit in the lobby.
Right. Yeah, that's
I
guys.
need this captured. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's guys.
That's crazy, cause like there's rappers in the industry, people in the music industry that don't meet Hov, right? So for you to get the opportunity to meet
Be in
him,
the same room with him,
that's crazy.
That's
Like
right.
there's people in his industry, like whether they're it's just that they don't get the. Like I've said multiple times, like there's people in that industry that just say who they've never met, and a lot of them say they've never met.
If you don't have a relationship with these people, you
you just not
ever
meet
meet
them.
them.
Yeah.
I just happen to be with Rick Ross.
Yeah, and Rick Ross is a monster too.
Yeah, he gives
He's a
hell free
beast,
game,
bro.
bro.
They were
Like,
playing. Oh yeah.
bro, when Rick Ross came out with his first album, I was graduating college, and he had his first album. That was like the last CD I bought, because that was back when you bought CDs. It was like something with Miami or something like that. Bro, I listened Port of Miami, exactly. And I put that thing in it. I went from Tampa to Polk County, and listened to not the whole thing, but 30 minutes worth of it. And I've always been a Rick Ross fan. Like that guy he's the real Tony Montana of Miami.
He's a real.
He's a monster.
He shows mad love to anyone that's
Just trying to grind.
free game is free.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I give it?
Oh yeah, he does it all day on the gram. Literally gives you free game. Any interview I've ever watched with Rick Ross gives free game.
Like I feel like he's humble too. Like he's still like I don't know,
Hustle,
social media
man,
and stuff.
hustle.
Like
You hustling,
people do
hustle.
this fake facade stuff, but when Rick Ross is always talking, I feel like it's a genuine humble. Like obviously he'll show out, and like right now he's got fucking animals getting delivered to his house and shit on social media. But
Shot that African movie. Fuck, what's it called? Welcome to America. What's that called?
yeah, he was coming to America
Coming to
too.
America,
Yeah, he was on that
Yeah.
shit. But like
They use his house.
are there do you run into superstars that try to play you like you're a fan, or like do most people know who you are and they just treat you like?
Nobody knows who I am.
That's what I'm saying. The photographer is a little different.
But I play it mad cool. Like,
Yeah, like you
I
don't
play it
act like a
super
fan.
cool.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to be there.
Well, everything you just said, do artists ever play you and stuff? I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I would
played-
imagine like somebody just be out of body, out of character.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Photographers everyone gets out of pocket.
Yeah.
When they're around celebrities. Just people just act goofy. And yes, I've seen it happen for sure. But like, I mean, I've had rappers tell me like, nah, and just be like, no pictures and shit before, so like, yeah, just
Whatever.
stop. Then.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I mean.
but do you still get that? Do you still get that effect? Was that before or after you got your stuff with Gucci?
Well, that's the other thing too, like.
Because people know you now, so if you take a photo,
So yeah, now do they approach you?
Do you
People
approach
still
you?
don't know me, but like if I'm the guy next to
Gucci, they're like,
like another rapper,
go ahead and
yeah,
take the
that-
flick type
yeah,
stuff
that'd be
because
cool. Like,
it's not going to TMZ
like,
type
nobody
shit.
knows my name, but like I could be
Associated.
I could go next to 2 Chainz and it'd be like, oh, I guess
Yeah.
Gucci all the time.
They know your
Yeah,
face.
I can
I'm bad with
Gucci.
names. I know people.
Yeah.
I don't know people on my team names sometimes. I can forget. So I know
That's probably why they
people
ain't
with the face.
I suck at it. Thank God for social media.
It was a long joke that you just took it way too far, and you did that. You didn't have to do that. But yeah, I get it for sure.
That's fire. Though.
That's crazy.
Now, in terms of outside of your life, how has that been affected, influenced outside of kind of just like all the glamour and stuff?
Yeah, outside of Gucci, outside of being the photographer for Gucci, like you have a dating life. I'm assuming
I have a girlfriend.
you have a girlfriend. Okay, so how do you meet your
Girl.
girlfriend? Like, you have a girlfriend. Who is she? What's going on? With
How-
that?
first off,
I mean,
how long have you guys been
full
dating?
transparency, y'all met her, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
this is
Met her over the weekend.
Yeah, we were at
She was a
the-
great
at the
girl.
birthday party.
She was killing on the dance floor. Shout out to her.
She did say hello. How are you doing?
Yeah. She was
Other
a real
than that,
person.
I don't really know, but this is a real factual person.
Yeah, we met on the
The dating app. So was it like Tinder? Was it like what's the fucking just shit going on?
I don't know. I don't have any of these.
Yeah, I
apps.
know. I don't have. So what is it?
Tinder. There's
Don't give us the answer. So.
there's Tinder. There's
Hinge?
Yes. And that's kind of the only 2 I know.
No, there's got to be more. There's like shit.
Black People Meet. I'm sure you wasn't on there.
I've been on TikTok, And there's BLK now or some shit.
Black people meet up.
There's got to be a lot more. Like, I feel like we're being dumb right now. There's a lot more.
I'm not used to them, so I don't.
No, I don't. I've never been on one. I've never ever.
So how'd it happen?
Yeah. It's Raya, the one you gotta have a little social media going on.
Presence.
Then they see what's up, and then you can get on.
Wait, so there's a social.
Hell no, hey.
Yeah. So wait, hold on. Rye is a.
I deleted the app.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll hit you with a referral. Get on through.
That's gangster.
So Rye is an app that is like specifically for like influencers or like
I mean, I guess so.
people who have followers.
You have to like submit your social media and you have to like look at your shit.
You have to get approved for this app
Yeah.
I need mine
I
now.
think you need like a referral too. But I had
to get into this app. But it's for people who have been verified, people who have blue checks.
But I don't have a blue check. But I had it for a minute since people.
How do we even get blue checks? Like I've seen it on like our TikToks when we're trying to grow our shit, and it's like you can request it. You can but there's like on TikTok it says request. I think or Instagram it might be requested, and I'm like, bro, I got 100 followers on Instagram now with Social Rehab. We can request it. I'm real.
Shit, I mean, honestly,
shit, who knows?
If you go by like, I feel like it's. I honestly feel like it's you just can't have like I don't know. You gotta have a job of some sort in like creative industry. It's honestly like a Soho.
Yeah, because I've seen people with like 10,000 followers that have blue checks.
Because I think you have to have some sort of like media presence.
Yeah,
that's what it was. I saw like a podcast before.
Right. You can't just have your Instagram can't just be like your
followers.
life.
Yeah, you know the funniest thing on Instagram, dude, is that like because I've never been a real big social media guy. Like people, I've been in Tampa my whole life. My following is like my personal following is at like 300. It's because I've never put my life out there because I never was comfortable doing it, and now that this is what I want to do, like I'm trying to build it a little bit. But I've seen people like the stuff that they do or say, it's just not like condoned with what I want for my life. But the people who do get blue checks are not the realest people out there. Like you get a blue check because you're real, but they get a blue check because but you get a blue check because you're putting out content when they know that you're an actual living human being. It doesn't mean you're real.
You have an agent.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I know. That's the only way to get it.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever your industry is, if you're an athlete or an entertainer, like I don't know, the agents have
some sort of in with how it happens.
Someone at Instagram and say we got a new client.
Yeah.
We need a blue check.
Right, because I know, shout out to my homies from college, but a lot of them that played football moved on to the NFL. A lot of them got their check when they were training and their agent was working.
The moment they sign up for anything,
they're like, "Yo, they giving me a blue check."
I wonder if nowadays blue check marks are coming out of college kids though.
Yes.
Now they can get signed.
Yes,
that's true.
And that's actually how that's happening. I would imagine.
Shit, if you could fake a COVID vaccine card, you could probably fake a fucking blue check. Why can't I put a picture next to my name and fucking put a blue check on that shit? I'm just saying, is it possible, or am I talking just crazy? I'm just saying.
I tried everything.
I tried everything. I fucking get a blue check next to my name in no time.
No, I'm gonna need mine in 6 months. What are you talking about?
100,000 YouTube subscribers.
That'll get it.
I bet.
Hey, you hit it here first. 100,000 YouTube subscribers.
100,000. Yeah, because you can start getting paid with different like social media stuff like that. I think like on TikTok it's 100,000. I believe it's the same for Instagram and all that shit.
I'm just trying to add one to the list, man. That's all it is.
So make sure you guys follow us at Social Rehab _TPA. Get our followers up. Remember this is
Social Rehab
_TPA, right? Social Rehab.
Social Rehab TPA. No underscores.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. Social Rehab TPA. Get our followers up. You guys know that's open table for open discussion.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, if you have any, questions or anything like that, throw that in there. If you, like the video, obviously like it. If you dislike it, whatever. But just, give us some feedback. We
Definitely.
Know what was going
I feel like we're doing a good job with the responding to. Obviously, our followers we just started this, so we can respond. But I want to say that in the future when we do have 100,000 followers, 10,000 followers, or whatever it is, we're still gonna try our best to respond. Would you agree with that, or?
I'll try to hire someone.
Yeah, we'll try to get it done.
All right, so Matt, I got a question for you. I mean, what's the coolest gig you got? What's the most annoying gig you got?
I mean, done a lot of stuff with Gucci, but not that it gets, nothing really gets ever repetitive, but, I just cover him on a day-to-day basis, so I kind of, as far as the coolest gig goes, like, every now and then, because I'm in contact with, I built a relationship with him. At this point, I'm in contact with everyone at like his label and stuff too, so they can hit me on a creative tip and be like, we got album cover ideas, stuff like that, and I get to shoot those every now and then. I think I've done like 3 of his projects total now, maybe 4 if we're counting like some single artworks and stuff.
Yeah.
So that stuff's always cool, and it's that's a separate aspect to being
Kind of what you're already
doing.
doing.
Yeah.
So you're with Gucci, so you have his label too. Like the girl, he's got a girl in there. What's her name? Like how many girls does he have? Because I've seen one that keeps coming up. Like it's like
Love Enchanting is the one that's stuck. So
yeah,
far.
so far like she's got like a lot of tattoos and stuff.
She's covered in tan.
Yeah, but she's like she's got some good stuff that I've heard of.
She can
like
rap, and she's an R&B girl too.
Yeah.
Like she's a vibe. He's got like 5 artists right now, and Fujiano, Pooh Shiesty, free them.
He's got Pooh Shiesty?
Yeah.
You know
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought Pooh Shiesty was like independent type shit, but
17.
okay. So the girl. So when you work for Gucci, do you automatically get those gigs for the artists that are underneath him?
Not automatically, but like I'll develop relationships
Just
with
with
those
them,
artists
yeah.
for sure. Like I know I was doing stuff with Pooh Shiesty whenever the opportunities presented itself.
Because I've seen a lot of pictures of this girl. What is her name? What?
Yeah, Enchanting.
Enchanting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And she's got a lot. Like I said, I saw your Instagram and there's a lot of the same girl. So I'm like, who is this? And then I looked her up and she got some good shit for sure.
Yeah.
Now, who like in terms of your favorite venue that you go to? What would that be? Because you frequently go to what? Miami, LA, I'd say Vegas.
I mean, I'm in Atlanta on a very regular basis. Atlanta's always fun too. Like
Yeah?
It totally has to do with what I'm doing now.
Right.
Like people who say they don't like Atlanta, I'm like, man, every time I'm there, it's a movie. But sometimes it actually is a fucking movie.
I feel like if I went to Atlanta, it would be a movie. Like honestly, I've gone to a lot of places.
Gucci related too.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone to a lot of places. I have never been to Atlanta.
And that's Black Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's gas.
It's straight up Black.
So I would imagine if I did go, it would
Be a lit.
It would have to be a movie because anything other than a movie would be
perfect. We gotta
dissatisfying.
connect now. I would follow Matt. That's lit. In terms of now, let's say after you shoot the concert, how does it go? Like I want to know like what the back.
Shit,
the
you
back
were
is.
every time I come to Tampa,
Right.
it's fucking. And Gucci stays in Miami, so he trying to be back home instead of like just in Tampa.
Yeah.
It's like
Just
it's
in
like
Tampa.
not
I
far
don't know.
enough away from it.
I
It's
don't
not
know
far
about it.
enough.
I should be like, yo, what do you mean just in Tampa?
You know what
I feel you.
Because
I feel you.
Orlando, same story. Anyway, like.
Yeah, I might as well just take this hour flight home.
Come
Yeah.
home. Yeah, you can bust the same night move. So every time I'm at a Tampa concert, I wish I could stay because I'm a
Right.
fan here.
Yeah.
Because after a concert, I could, he dips as soon as he's done, and then I could,
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
chilling and shitting. That would be dope.
Right.
To
That's
chill
good.
in Tampa.
So these rappers-
if it's I just
So-
know where Gucci goes.
So most of these rappers, like, they get done with their show. They don't have to hang out. They're just trying to get back to either their next
Yeah.
flight or
'Cause you
try to
gotta
get
go
back
somewhere
home or
A lot
somewhere
of
like
them
that.
got, a lot of them got gigs after the show.
Yeah, like an
The
after
big arena
hours
shows
spot.
are early because they got like curfew for those venues.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
Two Chainz and Fabulous both hosted like 2 a.m. clubs that same night. After
Oh,
the show.
damn.
But they were also did they go? They went to the Super Bowl that one night too, right? Because I think the last time he was in Tampa, it was like the Super Bowl was on a Sunday, and it was like what
Yeah, I went to
Saturday.
Vegas the next day because.
Yes, bro. I saw that.
Okay, so you went from Tampa. No, you went to
I went to Tampa, Miami same night, Vegas next day.
and then you went to LA. the Super Bowl?
I didn't go. No, I didn't go. I was just in Vegas, just for a gig.
So after the concert, Gucci gets off the stage. We were like, I don't know how we were walking. We were walking behind them because backstage, whatever. Bro, it's like he didn't even have anything in the room. Homeboy just went straight to the bus. I was like, you didn't have to use a bathroom, or you were on stage for about 40 minutes.
Got a bathroom in the bus.
Oh, that's true.
Shit.
That's true.
All right. But Gucci, he did go to the Super Bowl, I'm assuming.
No, not this year.
So then you went to
Literally
Miami
every other year
then?
I've been with them.
Yeah.
Especially the Atlanta one a couple years ago.
That's crazy.
That's fine.
So people be really on the move.
Oh, Tampa was literally the year before too, man.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, when I went
Tampa
there.
Super Bowl and Tampa.
How many times does Gucci come to Tampa, like, yearly? Once, twice?
Shit, exactly once a year. It was
Once a
literally
year,
yeah.
The same day, I think.
I think you said that too the other day.
Because you guys hosted the Super Bowl, so he had his hosting gig here.
How much would it cost to get Gucci to come here with us when you guys come back next year?
You gotta hit him up.
Is there a price, or is it because hey, you fuck with MultiMarz, we can give you that shit for the
off the love,
or like is there a price? Yeah. Do you know? Do you know the price of what it costs to get Gucci to come?
I've gotten a book before, but yeah, it takes 6 figures.
6 figures to do a 30-minute podcast.
Take a loan out, Alex.
Holy shit!
Shit, like that's something.
We gotta get an LLC, get a business loan.
All right, whatever.
My credit's not there.
Enough about the man.
Yeah, definitely.
So back to obviously, I'm really intrigued about this whole Raya. You said the app was?
Yeah.
Raya meets the girl. Again, girl's phenomenal. She was cool as hell. Now, what does she do? Talk to us about like who she is.
She's a pro athlete. She plays volleyball.
Okay. That's fire.
Yeah, there's actually like an American league it's a little over 2 months long. It's just like it's a league there's really no American league for women's volleyball. So it's essentially located in Dallas, and they make the teams every week and then play every week, and
they play volleyball in Dallas.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're talking like indoor.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like
in the gym volleyball, 6 girls.
Not beach volleyball.
Yeah. I'm like, damn. That's crazy.
That'd be crazy.
So this app is like exclusive for like. I can't get on this app.
I don't know. What this podcast gets bumping? You're on.
Yeah. If we get it bumping, which we will. If our friends who are like friends and they tag us and post us and stuff,
whatever. All I'm saying, I'm not trying to convince people I already know because you already see it.
Yeah.
But anyway, if I don't like apps, but if I have access to this app, best believe I'm on there.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely try it.
I'm getting them
like
all.
You don't know. Like so there's an app out there for just blue check people as far as social media stuff.
Pretty much.
Anyway, so moving forward, I really wanted to tap into kind of just a little bit more of a concrete topic where, obviously you're going from the journey of holding the camera, then you're shooting at, all local events in Chicago, moving on to kind of like the peak of being a photographer. What was the mindset? Like, what were the struggles that you went through trying to get, to where you wanted to go? Were there days you were like, fuck, man, I mean, I don't want to do this because, I don't see it happening, or like how, what about that journey?
Yeah, you just gotta like stay the course. But I feel like that's like the story of anything. Like it's like saying like it all just takes time.
Preach.
But it takes time. But you gotta stay that course. You can't deviate. Like
right.
You gotta let that's the nice thing about photography too. And I mean, all art is subjective, music's subjective. Everyone has their own taste. But like I think with photography, like you can tell the difference between a bad picture and a good picture, right? So like.
For you, I couldn't tell shit, honestly.
But like you gotta let your work speak for itself, and then just,
yeah.
like, it's like a cliche to say like grind, but like it really is just like a waiting game of like a waiting game paired with getting better and having like quality shit to put out. It's gonna
then the network. Yeah,
right.
There's a multiple aspects to it, so it's got to be great timing.
Yeah,
but you got to be
have goals that you're like
so
check off.
Definitely. So talk to us about that. Like, what are your next goals? Because you've already hit at a younger age.
I mean, I totally thought about how I wanted to have an artist that was a client and like go on tour with them. That didn't come out. I didn't see that tweet and be like, that'd be a good idea. I'm like, dude, I was either like Lil Wayne, right. What the fuck can I do this for? You know. And you know, I've sent the DMs out there to people. Let me and sometimes I'll shoot for people in Chicago, but they, you know, if they don't want you to go on tour with them,
so
it's just a one-off thing. Here's trying to get a fucking job.
So, did you have anyone that you try to work with in Chicago? This is actually an interesting question. I feel like a lot of people will relate. Did you have someone that you wanted to work with in Chicago before? Obviously, you were like working with anyone like a A-list artist. They didn't want to work. And then after, like, you got this bigger deal.
Nah.
Nothing?
Not like nothing, but, you know, people, Chicago's got a lot of haters, you know. People,
Exactly. So I would imagine what he's saying is like you had people
that didn't want to fuck with you at first.
who you wanted to fuck with.
They don't want to fuck with me.
And they was like,
and now they're just mad about it.
In Chicago, you're like, yo, I didn't want to fuck with you because I was hating before. Now that you made it, instead of making my brand bigger, I'm just still not gonna fuck with you.
Really?
That's what he's saying.
I mean, it's happened for sure. I'm not saying that's how. That's not even the majority. Like, you know,
but it has happened.
There's a real community, especially at the time that I started doing this. There was really like meetups for photographers and you know, influencers and events. This is all kind of. It's like everything took a left turn at COVID. There used to be like events and stuff, and like. Just like people would be doing a lot of meeting up, you know.
And now it's just like, I don't know.
The big brands.
Yeah, but I think that photographers, to me, the way I look at it from just an outsider's perspective, is like photographers is, even with COVID, I can still take pictures. If my photographer doesn't have COVID, we can go in the backyard, especially with these people who have like
you know what?
Late ass backyard.
A lot more individuals working together. Not me too. Like I got homies that I work with forever and always that are musicians. My homie Rocky Fresh, like it doesn't matter. We're always gonna, whenever the schedules allow, we're always gonna make up a shit. But like a brand like a Nike Chicago or an Adidas Chicago, it's like the events all stopped because of COVID. Like they used to throw mixers and shit like on the regular. They got spaces for that shit.
Damn.
And like that shit just stopped because of COVID, and people stopped. You know, that eliminates gigs.
Right.
There might have been a mixer for influencers, right? But someone got hired to do the event coverage with videography and photography, as a team of people that don't get work anymore. Even though people don't get to have fun, and the team doesn't get to work anymore. Right. It's like.
Right. How many weeks post or pre-COVID do you stay in your own hometown in Chicago? Because where does Gucci live? Like,
low key though, I didn't slow down with COVID. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like at photography, I would imagine.
Lifestyle stuff did, but work didn't with Gucci. Like,
where does he live? Like, where is he?
Florida,
he's down here.
Open here, and
Florida. We don't even wear masks. We're not doing none of that shit.
Either, so like. And we didn't go on tour anymore, no concerts everywhere, but we shot music videos and
damn.
So you're on call 24/7, 365, literally.
Business was booming. Never.
Yeah. So photographers didn't fucking slow down if you had a.
Stop classifying him as a photographer. My man's business was booming. That's just him.
The type of business, videographer, photographer.
Other photographers probably was dry.
Yeah, but I'm talking about him specifically.
Yeah, but you saying photographers.
Okay, so you as a photographer. Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm trying to make you.
So yeah. So you didn't slow down.
Man.
So you didn't slow down, which is good because, like I said, like people was still making. There was still like people who did social media that was making a lot of money during COVID because they were doing shit from home regardless.
Right. Tory Lanez hit like bread. Over, obviously he had
a lot of musicians because they just worked on music instead of touring.
They weren't doing a tour. They weren't having a concert, but you could still work on the music in a fucking studio, and a photographer still goes to the studio. So that was one of those.
But like low key, if you had your own studio, maybe, but like a lot of this is closed.
Right, and you couldn't because no one had any idea.
Like
of
the infrastructure all closed down. Like you could like run and gun all you want, but like in Chicago at least, and definitely like LA.
New York, I don't imagine no work was doing no work.
Yeah.
New York was like shut down for sure.
So nonetheless, if you are obviously, I mean, I don't want to keep you all night, but if you are photographer starting out, what are the 3, maybe 4 tips that you're giving them?
Yeah.
You know, as a beginner.
Yeah, to turn it into your like job. I mean, stay the course.
Dedication.
Right, dedicate yourself to the craft, and that's
With everything.
The great thing about social media, you can kind of have like you can fake like you have a job that's a side job, and you don't have to show what you do from your 9 to 5 all day. If you put enough content out there,
You could be working at 9 to 5, and then the other time,
right, so
and be absolutely.
You got to take advantage of your time. Take advantage of your time. Stay the course. You know what's a big thing is everyone wants credit because of social media. Everyone wants credit. It's like
Preach.
You have to get over it. Everyone's mad about not getting tagged and stuff. It's like
just go through it. Yeah.
Right, like shit happens. If you got paid, then you shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, like you can't be too thirsty.
I get it, sometimes that's my thing. It's like if you got paid, then who cares? If you didn't get paid, then I get it. Then your exposure,
oh my God, I'm glad you just said that. Oh shit. So if I pay you, excuse me, if I pay you, I'm not obligated to tag you and shit.
Yeah, like
but if I'm not paying you, I should tag you.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Right.
So if you're a big time influencer and I'm paying you, it's not my job to pay you and then give you satisfaction from.
Like I never worked for Rick Ross, but I was around a bunch because I was with my homie who was signed to him, and I feel like he noticed that I was around enough times that he was like, "Give me your IG," and he put my name in the caption of his post and shit.
So what's worth more? Somebody big time influencer tagging you or you getting paid?
You know what? It depends on where you're at in your life.
Okay, so because you could get paid, so yeah.
I would just rather get paid.
You rather get paid, but if you're beginning,
Drake's gonna put my name in his caption 5 times, like sure, but otherwise not.
So it depends, but
I'm gonna get paid.
But you agree, like if if I pay you for something, I don't have to tag you in it.
Yeah. No.
But if we're doing it as a group, if we're doing it as a group,
but I also feel like if you think if you think the person you collaborated is cool, like
because I feel like when people don't tag people, they're just doing it. Yeah, you're right.
You don't want to show me out, then I'm not going to reciprocate. But if you value my following, then shout me the fuck out because I'll reciprocate.
Right. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's fire because you're creating a great moment, and they're the person, they're the talent. So at the end of the day, if you guys are just showing off the work, then that's fire. Right? This is the moment that we share together.
Well, like if it don't work out that way, like get over it.
Yeah.
Onto the
because I feel like influencer would be like, yo, it's not my job to promote your page, right? Like influencer will have people on their page and they won't actually tag them, but they'll have obviously the video or whatever's going on, but they won't tag them in there so people can go to that page and click that, and they're like, it's not my job to promote your page. Yeah.
Now,
but is that like, are you hating at that point? Like, because literally all it takes is 2 buttons. Right. It takes an @ and then the first letter of their name, like. And it's free. Like you did this with somebody. Yeah, you might have paid for something, but like
if you're not
that's a big deal to people, especially people who are already influencers. They'll be like, no, I'm not fucking tagging you.
Right.
Like those people are gonna have to click 3 more pages to get to your fucking Instagram to fucking follow you. It's a price.
I don't know. In
Perfect.
terms of like moving forward, do you like have any other ventures that you're doing, or is photography the only thing that you focus on?
Photography is definitely my main focus, and I'm not trying to let a whole lot get in the way. I got a lot of I guess hobbies right now that take up my time. That eventually I need to dedicate time to bigger and better things in terms of just growing my brand, and I of course I want to create a brand. Of course I want to sell merchandise. Of course I'll take more clients. Like those are goals for sure. But like right now, the way my schedule is and what I got going on, it's like I'm busy in Chicago and I'm busy on the road, and like the free time that I have, I take super advantage of it. Like here in Florida. I don't got a gig I'm here for a weekend party, right? I don't got a gig this week, so I'm staying down here for a couple of days and going to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
I just spent a whole month out in the mountains and ski. I skied a lot. Yeah, I spent the whole month of January in Breckenridge and skied like 25 days. And a few days I took off because I had to go to Gucci. But I made an hour drive to Denver Airport and Breckenridge for the weekends. I had to do Gucci shit, but it was a slow month, and I was like,
shit, that's a lot. In your dreams, like having, I don't even know if this is real, but like your photography label and having like other photographers work for you as like, you know how most people they start working on something and they want to own their own shit, but you can have like people five photographers that go this way, the other one goes that way.
It's literally like an agency, but
agency. Is that real? Does that happen?
I have a homie who's like started one in Atlanta or up here.
'Cause I feel like that would be a good.
He's low key Gucci's photographer, like pre-jail Gucci, like back in the day. He got like the iconic photo of like Gucci holding like a baby fucking AK. If I show you the picture, you definitely. It's the inside cover of Trap House 3. Album or something.
So that would be something that you would be interested in, like having.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure.
Your own. My question, I guess, is: are all photographers freelance, or do they take W-2 jobs, or like you say, hey, I'm gonna start a business, I'm gonna hire 10 photographers, pay them a rate type stuff.
It's mostly 1099.
So
it's such an easy industry.
Shout out to the 1099.
To do by yourself. It's such an industry to do by yourself, so like it's hard to get.
It's all brands and stuff that are hiring. I'm like, even if your job was to if I feel like the most let's make my job a more streamlined regular job. You'd be a photographer who worked for a music label and just shot concerts all the time. You're still only going to be 1099 by the labels that you work for.
But there's like some type of contract that goes behind it, though. Even when you're 1099, there's still some type of contract.
Right. You get locked in for a decent amount, but they're not trying to.
Yeah.
So 1099 is the wave.
1099 is a grind.
Definitely a grind, but it's definitely a wave. If you want to get paid and make your own living.
Yeah, you make your own. You like, it's more of a.
But even when you're 1099, there's places where you work 1099 and still have a boss. Like,
right. Oh, yeah.
He could have 1099. He can make a 1099 stuff and be like, yo, you get paid on what you do.
Mm-hmm. I was 1099 when I had like social media jobs as an independent contractor that did social media for the investment firm, like back in the day.
Damn.
Just how
lit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Skill jobs are like you have a skill at doing something.
So in your mind, the most famous person you met was Jay-Z.
I met a lot of famous people.
Yeah, but like, I've seen it on your Instagram. You've met like when I was like,
who's a famous lady?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say Gucci. Gucci's wife, dog. I don't know. Let him answer. I know. I was just saying.
I mean, I've been around like Rihanna before.
Okay, yeah, Rihanna's a big time for sure.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
But there's some wild people at these events and shit. Like I say Jay-Z because I like that to take photos.
Yeah, no, but Jay-Z's a mongrel.
Yeah,
he's
but
a
mongrel. Shit, Gucci every year we do the. He gets hired by Robert Kraft every time to do the Patriots after party like 3 times in a row. So like Gucci and Robert Kraft are like homies.
And Gucci, man, like in your eyes, is he like a real businessman? Like, cause I feel like before he got locked up, he was like a whole gangster, and he's still a gangster. Like people are not going out trying Gucci, man, but I feel like he's more business minded now.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's like kind of like Jay-Z. Like
I'll keep it a buck. Reading his book, he's always been one of those guys.
Okay.
He's carried.
But that hasn't been his like
ever since he was a youngin.
Even if you haven't read the book or you're not, if you haven't read the book or not, like he's definitely changed somewhat to the outlook of people.
Yeah.
Like people when he first came out, that guy was 100% thug life.
Yeah. You get older, you get better. Whatever.
And like him and his wife, I feel like are a king and queen couple, like couple of the year type stuff. Like they do, like as far as from what we can see, you can see obviously more, but as far as what we can see, like they do it right to me.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Like,
associated together, but
yeah.
they're also like both successful
They sell
individuals.
individuals,
Like, she's got her
like,
thing,
yeah.
she's
But they,
She makes millions,
from
she
what
makes money.
from what I can see is that they support each other
together,
both,
separately.
and you know, it's as sad as it is. That's rare to have both people contributing and you know, pushing their profession.
That's fire. That's fire as hell.
It is.
So yeah, I mean, this was fire. This was dope.
So if you're out there, and honestly, he's a photographer, but I feel like what he said goes for any industry.
Absolutely.
Keep your head down, fucking focus, fucking work hard, network your ass off to be successful.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Like,
all those, you know, qualities are gonna carry you in any aspect of your life. And you know, if you're somebody out there trying to make it or trying to start something, formulas right there, man. Somebody's ahead of you. If they're telling you what got them to where they're at, and you kind of implement that in your own formula. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, why not? Why not? Why not? Just level up.
And I feel like I hear this all the time. It's not like what you know, it's who you know. Multiple times, like networking. Get out there, work your ass off. Even if you're not making no fucking money, get in touch with the people who are going to get you in touch with the people.
I mean, after this conversation, the number one thing in my eyes is, you know, the one thing that
Don't write anyone off.
Right. The one thing that
got the
really
Gucci job because of this
one
white
person,
guy in a trailer.
A white guy in a trailer. Holy shit.
He was there to pitch Rick Ross that he wants to write Ross's book, which he ended up doing. But like that's why I met him. He was just there one day in the trailer. This guy was
crazy.
You see?
And he forwarded his shit.
And all that comes down to is networking, man. As long as you network, you put yourself in a good position, and you're cool with these people, then you'll be able to give yourself the opportunity to move forward. Like, that's the only thing that you should be even looking for is the opportunity. So that's guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to MultiMarz for showing up.
MultiMarz has been a blast, man. Social rehab, TPA.
Yeah, lights.
Jerry, it's always a pleasure.
For sure.
This is another good one, man. I love doing this shit, whether we do it one day out of the week or 5 days out of the week when we go.
It might be a day job.
Yo, this guy, Mars, is definitely, he's literally has been preaching, keep your head on a swivel, fucking keep working hard.
Do the right thing, keep your relationship.
And you never know what's going to happen.
For sure. As you know, man, it's your boy Jerickson. Hey, Mars, where can they find you at, man?
MultiMarz, MultiMarz, just Instagram, pretty much. That's about it. You can find everything else from there.
You can find us at
Link in my bio. There's a website.
Perfect.
definitely AC Junior _ social rehab. You know, we're out here. If anybody has any questions or if you guys have any opinions about who should be our next guest, please, come jump on. I will give you a little tease. Next week we're doing crypto and NFTs. Trying to get our community into making some money with easy investments.
Perfect. And you know who it is, man. JX1S. Social Rehab is the most important page about this. Go on there. Let us know what you think. Obviously, when this drops, man, this is going to be a banger. So, tell us exactly how you felt about it, what you want to see, who you want to see, like Alex said. And again, shout out to my mans over here at Multi. And until next time. Go.